Hello students, welcome to the third part of rolling element bearings. In part 1 we have seen the classification of the rolling element bearings, their function, the nomenclature of the rolling element bearings, the specification of the bearings, their lubrication, the advantages and disadvantages, and how a rolling element bearing fails. And in the second part we have seen the capacities of the rolling element bearings, load capacities such as static capacity, dynamic capacity, the equivalent load, the life rating of a bearing, and one problem we have solved in the second part. In the third part we will see, with the help of some examples, what is the procedure of selecting a suitable rolling element bearing for the given load conditions and life conditions, means the running conditions of the bearing. In this problem we have to select a single row deep groove ball bearing, for a radial load of 8 kN and axial load of 3 kN. The shaft rotates at 1200 rpm. The bore diameter of the bearing is to be 75 mm and the bearing has to operate for 20,000 hours. Now all the given things are listed here. The radial load is 8 kN, axial load or the thrust load is 3 kN, the speed of the shaft 1200 rpm, the bore diameter of the bearing 75 mm, also it is equal to the shaft diameter, and the bearing has to operate for 20,000 hours, that is LH, life of the bearing in hours. LH is 20,000 hours. Now as the type of the bearing is also given, single row deep groove ball bearing, and its bore diameter 75 mm is also given. Let us start with this bearing. 6 is single row deep groove ball bearing, 15. If you multiply 15 by 5, you will get the bore diameter of the deep groove ball bearing. And this second number 2 corresponds to light series. So hence we will start with the light series deep groove ball bearing having bore diameter of 15 mm. Now referring to the data book, table 16.9a, page 340, Mahadevan and Balavir Reddy, the data corresponding to this bearing is the static capacity is 41,385 Newton and dynamic capacity is 50,600 Newton. Now see carefully the steps followed in this trial to check the suitability of this bearing 6215 for these loading conditions and this life of the bearing. Now first step is to calculate the ratio FA by C0, axial load to static capacity 0.07. So here for the bearing 6215, these are the rating, static and the dynamic capacity of the bearing. Second step, calculate the ratio FA by FR, axial load to radial load 0.37. Now for this value of FA by C0, which is 0.07, get the value of E from the data book, right? Table 16.1 and page 330. Let us see how to get the value of E for this value of FA by C0, which is equal to 0.07. So here FA by C0 is this, the value is 0.056 and 0.084. Our value lies between this 0.07. So E value, last column. So the E value for FA by C0 0.07 lies between 0.26 and 0.28. So hence the value of E by interpolation is 0.27 for this ratio of FA by C0 equal to 0.07. Then next calculate the ratio FA by FR. FA by FR already calculated here. Compare that ratio with value of E. So by comparing, it is found that FA by FR ratio is greater than E. So this is very important step in determining the value of X and Y. For this condition, FA by FR greater than E, referring to tables, we have to get the value of X and Y. Again, let us see. So this is X value column, and in that FA by FR greater than E. For all values of FA by C naught, X value is 0.56. But the value of Y for the condition FA by FR greater than E and for FA by C naught equal to 0.07, you have to get the value of Y by interpolation. It lies between 1.71 and 1.55. So by interpolation, the value of Y is 1.6 and as usual X equal to 0.56. Now using these values of X and Y and V, the rotation factor, when the inner ring is rotating, its value is 1. So here you can see that the value of E for inner ring rotating, it's 1. So by substituting all these values, you will get the equivalent load in this step 9280 Newton. Then calculate the dynamic load capacity using this value of P and the rating of or life of the bearing in millions of revolutions. How to calculate the life of the bearing in millions of revolutions? So here the life of the bearing is given in terms of hours, 20,000 hours. You multiply by this hours by 60, so that you will get the life of the bearing in minutes. And if you multiply this by speed of the shaft, which is 1200 RPM, you will get number of revolutions, that is 1440 into 10 to the power of 6 revolutions, or simply 1440 million revolutions. So in this equation, L is to be substituted in terms of millions of revolutions. Hence, L equal to 1440 and P equal to 9280. So hence, the value of dynamic load capacity is 104,768.37 Newton for this bearing 6215. So you compare this calculated value with the catalog rating of the bearing, which is 50600 Newton. So for this bearing to be safe or to be chosen, the calculated value of C must be less than this. But in this case, this value is greater than this. Hence, this bearing 6215 is not suitable. So hence, you have to go for next series of bearing, that is 6315, because 6 deep groove ball bearing it is given, you cannot change, type of bearing you cannot change, and also the bore diameter is given as 75 millimeter, that also you cannot change. So only thing is you can move from series 2 to series 3, medium series. So let us pick this bearing 6315 and let us see what happens. So for this bearing 6315, from the tables, the values of C naught 71100 Newton, C dynamic rating 89280 Newton. So with these values, repeat all the previous steps stated. Calculate FA by C naught ratio 0.04, FA by FR 0.37. For this value of FA by C naught, that is 0.04, get the value of E from the table, right? And also check whether FA by FR is greater than E. Yes, FA by FR is 0.37 and value of E is 0.24. Hence FA by FR is greater than E. For this condition, FA by FR greater than E, get the value of X and Y for what values of FA by C naught? For FA by C naught equal to 0.04. So hence you will get X equal to 0.56 and Y equal to 1.8. Using these values of X and Y, calculate the equivalent load P. It is 9880 Newton. Then calculate the dynamic capacity, which is found to be 111,569.23 Newton. Again, this is greater than the table rating, which is 89,280 Newton. Hence, bearing 6315 is also not suitable. So again, what we have to do? We have to move to the next series, heavy series. 4 is for heavy series. So remember, you have to keep deep groove ball bearing and the bore diameter 75 millimeter. So only thing is you can move from medium to heavy series. 4 is for heavy series. Now let us see what happens. For this 6415 series, the value of static capacity and dynamic capacity are these. Calculate ratio Fa by C naught 0.02, Fa by Fr 0.37, and get the value of E from the tables corresponding to this value of Fa by C naught, which is 0.22, and see whether Fa by Fr is greater than E. Yes, it is. 0.37 is greater than 0.22. So for this condition and for this value of Fa by C naught, get the value of X and Y from the tables. So X equal to 0.56 and Y equal to 2. So calculate the equivalent load, which is 10480 Newton. The value of C 118,344.659 Newton, and here it is seen that this calculated dynamic rating is less than the tabulated dynamic rating, which is 120000 Newton. So hence finally bearing 6415 is suitable and it is selected. So students, that is how the suitable bearing, appropriate bearing is selected from the tables for the given loading conditions and life of the bearing. Now let us look at another problem. A bearing has a rated dynamic capacity of 24,500 Newton. What radial load can be carried by the bearing at 1200 RPM of the shaft and to have a desired life of 2000 hours? See, the dynamic capacity is given, life of the bearing in hours, LH is given 2000 hours, speed of the shaft 1200 RPM. So life of the bearing in terms of revolutions, life of the bearing in hours 2000, multiply this by 60 to convert hours to minutes into speed of the shaft 1200 RPM. So you will get 144 million revolutions or 144 into 10 to the power of 6 revolutions. So using this equation, L equal to C by P raised to 3. So for ball bearing, okay, assume that it is a ball bearing, otherwise it is, this ratio will be different for roller bearing, right? Now calculate the value of P, so which is C divided by cube root of L. So L already we have calculated, so P is 4674.3 Newton. So it is the radial load that a bearing can carry with this dynamic load rating, that is 4674.3 Newton. Let us look at another type of problem. A ball bearing will operate for 8000 hours at a load of F. If the load is to be 2F, what will be the life of the bearing? So at load F, the bearing will operate for 8000 hours, and if the load is increased from F to 2F, what will be the life of the bearing? Now we know that L equal to C by P raised to N. It is general equation where N equal to 3 for ball bearing and N equal to 10 by 3 for roller bearing. So here it is given as ball bearing, hence N equal to 3. So life of the bearing in hours is given as 8000 hours, and let the equivalent load be equal to F here, just notation. Now to find L at P equal to 2F, what is the life of the bearing when the load is 2F? So for the first case where the load is F and life is 8000 hours, so L1 is 8000 hours, C by P1, so that is P1 equal to F, so hence the value of C will be equal to 20F. Now for the second case where the load is 2F, so this will be same, C will be remaining same for the bearing, so which is 20F. So the life of the bearing when the load is increased from F to 2F will be calculated here. So C is 20F, FF cancel, so L is 10 to the power 3, that is 1000 hours. So when the load is increased from F to 2F, the life of the bearing will be 1000 hours. At F it is 8000 hours, and at 2F it will be just 1000 hours. See, if the load is doubled, what happens to the life? It comes down by almost 8 times. That is, here it is 8000 for load F, and for load 2F it is 1000 hours. See how drastically the life is reduced when the load is increased. Now let us have a look at another problem. A transmission shafting is supported on two bearings A and B, which are 300 millimeter apart. The bearing A receives a radial load of 2000 Newton and thrust load of 1000 Newton, while bearing B receives a radial load of 3000 Newton. The life may be computed based on working condition of 10 hours per day, 5 days per week for 2 years. The shaft rotates at 1000 RPM. The loads have been accurately calculated and only minor shocks are present. The working conditions here are given, service conditions, minor shocks. See, the bearing is operating under minor shock conditions. So you have to keep this point in mind. The shaft diameter based on strength is 35 millimeter, means bore diameter of the bearing is to be 35 millimeter. Now our job is to select suitable ball bearings for shaft at location A and at location B. So if you draw this problem schematically, this is bearing A, this is bearing B, which are 300 millimeter apart, and on this bearing, that is bearing A, we have radial load of 2000 Newton, axial load of 1000 Newton, and on bearing B, the radial load is 3000 Newton and axial load is nil, that is 0 Newton. Speed of the shaft is 1000 RPM, so this shaft rotates at 1000 RPM, and this shaft diameter is 35 millimeter, and the service factor, that is minor shocks, based on that service factor will be 1.25. So the life of the bearing is what? It has to work for 2 years at 10 hours per day and 5 days per week. So for these loading conditions and these given life conditions, let us select a suitable bearing at A and B. Now let us first calculate the life of the bearing in hours, total life of the bearing in hours. So the bearing is working for 10 hours in a day, and it is given that it works or operates for 5 days in a week, and you see there are 52 weeks in a year. Okay, 52 weeks in a year, and it has to operate for how many years? 2 years. It operates for 10 hours per day, 5 days in a week. There are 52 weeks in a year, and it has to work for 2 years. So hence life of the bearing in hours is 5200 hours. And similarly, if you calculate the life of the bearing in millions of revolutions, or convert this LH to LN, means millions of revolutions, it is 5002 hours into 60 minutes into speed of the shaft 1000 RPM. So you will get 312 million revolutions, or 312 into 10 to the power of 6 revolutions. Now let us select the bearing for location A. Now as you know, the shaft diameter is 35 millimeter, and the corresponding bearing bore diameter is also to be 35 millimeter. Now let us select a deep groove ball bearing. 6 means deep groove, 2 means light series, 07. If you multiply 07 by 5, you will get 35 millimeter, which is the bore diameter of the bearing. Now for this bearing 6207, from the tables, so already one of the problem, the table has been shown. Okay, so referring to that, the static capacity is 15,300, dynamic capacity is 25,500 Newton. Calculate FA by ratio, FA by C naught ratio, which is 0.654. For this value of FA by C naught, get the value of E from the tables. Compare this with the value of FA by FR. So the value of FA by FR is 0.5, which is greater than E, that is 0.27. So based on this condition, FA by FR greater than E, get the value of X and Y from the tables. Now here you see slight modification. X into FR plus Y into FA into service factor CS. So if service factor is given, you multiply this whole thing by service factor CS. Okay. So by using all the known parameters, you get the equivalent load as 3462.5 Newton. Okay. Now instead of comparing or calculating the dynamic capacity based on this P, what we will do? We will calculate the life based on this. So we will get 399.61 million revolutions. So what is the life of bearing? 312 million revolutions. So our expected life is 312 million revolutions, but this bearing 6207, it is giving a life of 399, almost 400 million revolutions, which is much greater than 312 million revolutions. Hence, bearing 6207 is a suitable bearing at location A on the shaft. Now let us select bearing at location B. So here the loads are only radial load and no axial load. Again the things remain same, that is the bore diameter of the bearing and life of the bearing. Again we will choose same bearing 6207, for which these are the ratings, and calculate the equivalent load. It is only FR into CS. Service factor is 1.25. So P is 3750 Newton. FA is equal to 0 here. So calculate the life, which is 314.43 million revolutions, again which is greater than the expected life, 312 million revolutions. Hence here also at location B, bearing 6207 is a suitable bearing. It is appropriate bearing. Okay, let us see at another problem. Select a suitable ball bearing to carry radial load of 1.5 kN and a thrust load of 1.2 kN at 900 rpm. The bearing is to be used for 7 hours per day for a service life of 8 years. Consider service factor of 1.5. Suggest suitable shaft diameter and bearing for this. Now in this problem, the bore diameter of the bearing is not given, but instead we have to suggest a suitable shaft diameter for these conditions of the load and life. Now the radial load is 1500 Newton, axial load is 1200 Newton, the shaft speed is 900 rpm. The bearings have to work for 7 hours per day for 8 years, and the service factor has to be taken as 1.5. Now as I mentioned, as the diameter of the shaft or bearing is not given, we tentatively start the solution by assuming the values of X and Y in order to calculate the equivalent load P. Now just assume, so always X is 0.56 and we have to assume the value of Y as 1.6, some suitable value. So by assuming these values of x and y, calculate the equivalent load. So here you have to multiply this entire term by service factor Cs equal to 1.5. Hence the equivalent load is 4146 Newton. Now calculate the dynamic capacity of the bearing by using this equation. L equal to C by raised to 3. So hence C equal to L raised to 1 by 3 into P. L is the life of the bearing in million revolutions, which is calculated as follows. It works for 7 hours per day. There are 365 days in a year. So many hours you have. Convert that to minutes by multiplying it by 60 minutes into shaft speed 900 rpm. So the life of the bearing in million revolutions is 1103.76 million revolutions. So hence the dynamic capacity C is 42,785 Newton. Now the bearing having next higher value of C in the deep groove ball bearing table, that is table 16.9b or page 388, is 6310 bearing. Okay. So for this bearing, the rating values are static capacity is 47,000. Dynamic capacity C. Dynamic capacity C is 47,070 Newton, which is higher than this value. That is why this bearing 6310 is chosen, and static capacity C naught is 34,720 Newton. So again, when you know these values, repeat the same steps as have been explained in the previous problems. First step is calculate the ratio FA by C naught, 0.0345. Get the value of E from the table 16.3 page 381 for this value of FA by C naught. So E value is 0.023. Also calculate the ratio FA by FR, which is 0.8. Compare this with value of E. So hence FA by FR ratio is greater than E. So for this condition, get the value of X and Y for this bearing. Okay. So there X equal to 0.56 and Y equal to 1.85. Calculate equivalent load 4590 Newton. Then calculated expected life L, which is 1078.43 million revolutions, but the actual life is what? 1103.76 million revolutions. So this life is less than the given life. Okay, so hence this bearing, which bearing we have chosen, 6310, so that bearing is not suitable for these conditions. So what we will do? We will go for the next bearing having a diameter of 50 millimeter. So earlier it was 6310, diameter 50 millimeter, right? 3 series deep groove ball bearing. So hence we have seen 6310 is not suitable. We will move from 6310 to 6311. So means 11 means 55 millimeter diameter. Okay, and for this bearing, these are the static capacity and dynamic capacity. Calculate the ratio FA by C naught, 0.029, E 0.22 for this value of FA by C naught from the tables. Calculate the ratio FA by FR, 0.8. Compare this with value of E. So hence FA by FR is greater than E. For this condition, FA by FR greater than E, get the value of X and Y from the tables. They are 0.56 and 1.99. Calculate the equivalent load by using all these values. It is 4842 Newton. Then calculate the life of the bearing in millions of revolutions. It is found to be 1382.47 million revolutions, but the life of the bearing based on the given conditions is 1103.76 million revolutions. Hence, this life of the bearing 6311 is greater than the given life. So hence 6311 bearing is suitable, and the shaft diameter is what? 11 into 5, that is 55 millimeter. Okay, shaft diameter is 55 millimeter and bearing is 6311. It is the appropriate bearing. So students, that brings us to the end of the part 3. I hope you have got the flavor of different types of problems as far as the selection of the rolling element bearings is concerned. Thank you for your attention.